Imagine this. You're standing at the edge of a cliff, wind rushing past your face, heart pounding in your chest. Below you, the world seems vast, but all you can hear is the voice inside your head saying, "What if I fall? What if I fail?" Now imagine for a second, instead of listening to that voice, you take a deep breath, trust yourself, and leap. What happens next? You soar. You experience something you never thought possible. The fear, it fades away, replaced by exhilaration. This is exactly how life feels when you start to believe in your own power. When you learn to silence the doubts, overcome the mind games, and push beyond your limits. But here's the kicker. Most people never take that leap. They stand on the edge, listening to the voice that says, "You're not good enough," or "This isn't for you." In today's video, we're diving into the unseen force that keeps you stuck. The beliefs, the fears, and the mental traps that hold you back from becoming the person you're meant to be. If you've ever wondered why you're not living up to your full potential, or why success feels so out of reach, this is the video that can change everything. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. So stick around till the end, because by the time you're done watching, you'll have the tools to break free and finally take that leap. Chapter 1: The Power of Belief. Everything in your life begins with a belief. Let that sink in. Every action you take, every thought you think, is based on a belief you hold. But what if I told you that some of these beliefs are holding you back, without you even realizing it? Think about it. From the time we're born, society plants seeds of doubt in our minds. You're not good enough. You'll never make it. These beliefs are like weights that we carry around without even knowing they exist. But here's the power of belief. It can be reshaped. Take Ryan, for example. Ryan grew up in a family that constantly told him success wasn't for people like him. He was from a small town with limited resources, and society told him that his background would determine his future. But one day something clicked. He realized that these beliefs were nothing more than stories, and they didn't have to define him. He started questioning everything, from his self-worth to his capacity for success. Fast forward 1 year, and Ryan went from a dead-end job to building a thriving business. It wasn't magic, it was the power of a changed belief. Chapter 2: How Your Mind Hijacks You. Your mind is like a powerful machine, but here's the kicker. It doesn't always work in your favor. Most of the time, it works against you. Ever noticed how negative thoughts sneak in, especially when you're on the verge of doing something big? What's happening is that your subconscious mind is running the show. It's programmed by years of experiences, beliefs, and even society's influence. And most of these programs are designed to keep you small. Our brains are wired for survival, so they tend to avoid risks and stick with the known, even if it means staying stuck. Think about how often you sabotage yourself, delaying that important project, procrastinating on goals, or doubting your worth. You're not the problem. Your mind is the one holding you back. Take Sarah's story. Sarah had a vision of becoming a successful entrepreneur, but every time she tried to start a business, she faced a wave of self-doubt. She was paralyzed by the fear of failure, and her mind kept telling her, "You're not good enough for this." But here's the breakthrough. Once Sarah recognized that her mind was playing tricks on her, she learned to challenge those thoughts. She replaced fear with curiosity, and that mindset shift was the key to her success. She started small, but every action she took started to rewire her brain, until one day she realized that her greatest enemy had been her own mind. Chapter 3: The Science of Spirituality. How Belief Systems Impact Mental Health. Let me tell you about something that could change everything you believe about spirituality and mental health. Studies have shown that spirituality is directly linked to improved mental health, lower levels of stress, anxiety, and depression. But here's the thing. It's not just about praying or meditating. It's about the belief systems you hold. Your thoughts and beliefs create your perception of the world around you. So if you believe that life is inherently stressful, you'll experience it that way. If you believe life has a deeper meaning, your mind will start looking for that meaning in every experience. Let me share a personal story. A few years ago, I was at my lowest. I felt like nothing was going right, and I was disconnected from everything around me. That's when I stumbled upon the idea of spirituality, not as a religious practice, but as a way to connect with something greater than myself. I started reading, meditating, and exploring different philosophies. At first, it sounded like nonsense, but as I dug deeper, I realized that spirituality wasn't just about belief systems. It was about shifting my mindset, my purpose, and my connection to the world. And slowly but surely, I found peace. It's not about religious doctrine. It's about finding your inner peace, your higher purpose, and giving your life a sense of meaning that can help you navigate even the toughest times. Chapter 4: The Hidden Power of Thoughts. Your thoughts are like seeds, and what you plant in your mind grows into your reality. The problem is, most of us are planting seeds of negativity, doubt, and fear. We've been conditioned to focus on what could go wrong instead of what could go right. But here's the truth. You have the power to change the way you think. In fact, science proves that changing your thought patterns can actually rewire your brain. Our brains are neuroplastic, meaning they can form new neural connections throughout our lives. Let's look at Sarah again. After years of struggling with self-doubt, she made a decision. She would consciously replace every negative thought with something empowering. At first, it felt forced, but over time, those positive thoughts started to take root. Sarah's mindset shifted. She began to see opportunities where she once saw obstacles. Her career took off, and she started gaining confidence in herself. This isn't magic, it's science. Your thoughts shape your reality. If you want to change your life, you need to change the way you think. And it starts with small, intentional shifts every day. Chapter 5: Why most people never reach their full potential. You're stuck because you're stuck in your comfort zone. I know, it sounds harsh, but hear me out. Most people stay in the same place because they're afraid of change. They're comfortable being uncomfortable. But here's the brutal truth. Your comfort zone is your prison. It's safe, but it's also suffocating. To grow, to truly reach your potential, you need to step into the unknown. You need to be willing to fail. I remember when I first left my stable job to pursue my dream. I was terrified. What if I failed? What if I didn't make it? But here's the truth I discovered. Growth only happens when you push yourself beyond your limits. It's in those moments of discomfort that we learn the most about ourselves. Once I made that leap, I discovered that the life I wanted wasn't far away. It was right there, just beyond my fear. The key was taking that first step. Chapter 6: The Science of Forgiveness. What if I told you that holding grudges is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to suffer? Forgiveness isn't just a nice idea. It's a powerful tool to heal yourself. Studies reveal that forgiveness can lower stress hormones, reduce anxiety, and even improve your heart health. But many people think forgiveness means excusing the wrongs that were done to them. That's not it. Forgiveness is about freeing yourself from the weight of anger and resentment. Let me tell you about John. For years, he carried anger toward his father. This resentment seeped into every part of his life, his relationships, his work, and his peace of mind. But one day he made a decision. He was going to forgive his father, not for his father's sake, but for his own. John went through the painful process of forgiveness, and the result? He felt lighter, like a weight had been lifted from his chest. Forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting. It means releasing yourself from the chains of bitterness. It means taking back your power and peace of mind. Chapter 7: Spirituality and the Fear of Death. Death is the ultimate fear. But what if I told you that spirituality could help you face it with peace instead of terror? Research shows that those with strong spiritual beliefs are less afraid of death. Think of Buddha. He wasn't born enlightened. He was a prince, shielded from the harsh realities of life. The first time he saw death, he was terrified. But instead of running from it, he went on a journey to understand it. He sought wisdom and realized that death is not the end. It's just part of the cycle. Through spirituality, we stop fearing the end and start valuing the journey. We understand that life is precious because it's temporary. This is the power of spiritual belief. It gives us the courage to live fully while we're here, without being paralyzed by the fear of death. Chapter 8, The Role of Community in Spiritual Growth. Have you ever felt like no one understands you? Like you're walking this path alone? Spirituality doesn't have to be a lonely road. It's often the connections we build that make it stronger. Take Annan's story. He moved to a new city and felt completely lost. The isolation began to weigh on his mental health until he joined a meditation group. There he found something extraordinary, a community of people who shared his values, supported his growth, and gave him a sense of belonging. Community is a powerful force in spiritual growth. It amplifies your journey, helps you feel accountable, and reminds you that you're not alone. Find your tribe, and you'll see your journey become more meaningful. Chapter 9, The Power of Positive Action. Action is where transformation happens. You can meditate, you can journal, you can reflect, but nothing changes unless you take action. Think about David. He had all the motivation in the world, but he never took that first step toward his dream. It wasn't until he realized that positive action, no matter how small, was the key to moving forward. David started by waking up 30 minutes earlier every day to work on his goals. That small change led to bigger actions, which eventually led to his dream becoming a reality. Small actions accumulate over time. The key is consistency. When you take positive action every day, you'll start seeing results that you never thought possible. Chapter 10, The Spiritual Road to Inner Peace. Inner peace isn't just a spiritual goal, it's a mental health necessity. When you achieve inner peace, you align with your true self, and your external world starts to reflect that harmony. I know it's not easy, especially with the constant distractions and noise around us, but true peace doesn't come from external circumstances. It comes from within. I used to chase happiness in the wrong places, but when I learned to connect with my inner self through meditation and reflection, I discovered a calmness I had never known before. Inner peace is available to you right now. It's not about waiting for the perfect moment. It's about creating that moment within. Take the first step today. Start small, breathe deeply, and find stillness within yourself. If you've made it this far, then I know you're serious about making a change. You've just unlocked the first step toward breaking free from the beliefs, fears, and patterns that have been holding you back. But remember, knowledge alone won't get you there. You need action. So here's my challenge to you. Pick one thing from today's video that you're going to start changing right now. Whether it's shifting your mindset, taking that first step towards a big goal, or letting go of a past grudge, take action today. Don't wait for the perfect moment. The moment is now. If you found value in today's video, I want you to do 3 things. First, like this video and leave a comment. Let me know what action you're going to take. Second, share this with someone who needs to hear this message. We all need a reminder sometimes that we're capable of more. And third, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss out on the next piece of wisdom that could change your life. You have everything inside you to transform your life. Now it's time to step into that power and take the leap. Your best self is waiting on the other side.